doing super well, just like me. Okay, so today here I am with one story. No, with two different stories with the different lessons that we'll be learning. And the stories are Herculus and the Wagoner and the Fox and the Goat by Aesop's Fables. So let me start with the Herculus and the Wagoner. Once there lived a Wagoner. He had to carry his goods to the market every day to sell them. The market was far away and the Wagoner traveled slowly. If I can sell all my goods today, I will buy some pots and pans for my wife, toys for my children, and clothes for myself, thought the Wagoner. While he was on his way, the skies began to turn dark. I think it is going to rain today. I must finish selling my goods in the market as fast as I can, he thought. The Wagoner was lucky. He was able to sell all his goods. People flocked around him, buying whatever he had. The Wagoner was very happy. The Wagoner bought pots and pans for his wife and gifts for his children. He bought himself a pair of shoes. He loaded this onto his cart. He looked up at the sky and said, I think it is going to rain any time now. I must cover my cart. I hope the roads don't get too slushy. Sure enough, it began to rain and the muddy roads turned slushy. The Wagoner had great difficulty in controlling his horses. The drizzle soon became a downpour. This is what I had feared. I hope I can reach home safely, thought the Wagoner. Suddenly, the Wagoner's cart skidded into a hole. The wheel of the cart went in deeper with the slush. Oh no! What do I do now? Cried the Wagoner. The Wagoner made no effort to push the cart out of the ditch. Instead, he thought, I must pray to Herculus to help me. The Wagoner got down on his knees and prayed, Mighty Herculus, I'm stuck here in this terrible storm with no one to help me. Please come down from heaven. There was a flash of light and Herculus stood in front of the Wagoner. You are indeed a lazy fellow. Why don't you push that cart by yourself? You cannot call the gods to help for such a silly reason, thundered Herculus and disappeared. The Wagoner was surprised that the mighty Herculus himself had not helped him. I must push the cart out of the ditch, he said to himself. The Wagoner put his soldier to the wheel and pushed. Sure enough, the cart moved out of the ditch. Now he could go home. I must always help myself. It does not pay to be lazy, thought the Wagoner. He reached home safely to his waiting wife and children. And the moral of the story is, I'm sure you are also aware about that. God helps those who help themselves. Okay, now it's turn of the fox and the goat. Another very interesting story. Let me start. There once lived a cunning fox. He was dishonest and cruel. The fox spent all his time trying to fool the other animals in the forest. One day, the fox was feeling thirsty. While looking for water, he came upon a well. He peeped into the well and thought, the water seems so cool and refreshing in there. The fox jumped into the well. His thirst had made him hasty and he did not realize that he had no way of getting out. The fox drank as much water as he wanted. Once he had finished drinking, he looked up and saw that walls of the well were smooth. There were no footholds for him to climb out. How do I get myself out of here? Said the fox. He sat in the wall just thinking. While he was still deep in thought, he heard someone approaching. He looked up and saw a goat. "Is the water in there good?" asked the goat. "Indeed, it is. It is so cool here that I have been in this well for more than an hour," said the cunning fox. "Why don't you come in and drink some of this cool water too?" invited the fox. The goat happily jumped in. Once the goat had finished drinking the water, like the fox, he too noticed that there was no way out of the well. "How are we to get out now?" asked the goat nervously. The fox had been waiting just for this moment. He said, "Oh, looks like we are stuck in the well now, but I think I have an idea. You can stand against the wall of the well. I will climb onto you and get out. Once I am out, I will get help," said the fox. The goat was more sure if he could trust the fox. However, he decided to do as the fox said. So the goat stood with his legs on the wall of the well. His legs almost reached the top of the well. The goat said, "Okay, Mr. Fox, now you can climb onto me." In no time at all, the fox jumped into the goat and was out of the well. He looked into the well and said, "I'm off. I hope you are able to get out soon." The goat was shocked. "But you promised to get help once you were out of the well. You are not keeping your promise." The fox only laughed at him. "How can you be such a fool? Firstly, you jump into the water without thinking. Then you let me out. Now you want me to go running around and get help?" said the fox cruelly. "The shepherds will soon be here to drink water. You can ask them to help you. I have work to do," said the fox as he happily trotted away. Poor goat was trapped. He waited for a long time until the shepherds came and helped him out. "From now on, I will always be careful and never hasty," said the goat. And the moral of the story is, look before you leap. Okay, so whatever people will say, do not just believe. Just think yourself and do the work. Okay, hopefully you liked both of the stories that I read for you today. And do not forget to comment below what are the things that you learned from these two different stories. Okay, also remember to like and subscribe Little Kitty Story for more interesting stories. Okay, bye bye. Have a good time ahead.